In front of Nelsinho Semedo. Dembele is leading the charge, and they're going to need him. Real Madrid have had question marks put against them this season, but the cup and the captain is back. The cup belongs to Barcelona. Real Madrid, and the great Tico man, is going to try to take it away tonight.
Everything to win, and it might not be as easy as a video game, although sometimes it seems like Lionel Messi makes it look that way. Real Madrid coming off of a pretty big win on the weekend themselves. Video review coming to the fore, but you cannot turn around what Santi Solari has done in his turnaround. Meanwhile, for Ernesto Valverde on the other side, I guess the real question is, will he let them floor it? Will he put the accelerator and the pedal to the metal? Because in all the games so far in his reign, it seems as though there's a little pragmatism, something that's a little against the Barcelona way. But in the second half against Sevilla, we saw what might have been their best performance of the season.
Well, both teams, Phil, haven't been at their operatic high note. They've both had problems coming into this wonderfully poised semi-final where the scoreline stands at 1-1, and this is what Los Blancos, Los Vikingos, are going to be coming out roaring at Barcelona with.
And again, as you see, it is Marcelo to the bench and the informed Sergio Reguilon. But what that does do is make a powerful bench even more so.
And I'm repeating myself, but again, no Isco.
Meanwhile, for Barcelona, that might be the only time you're able to catch Lionel Messi is in a freeze frame. Sergio Ramos back from suspension. Nacho will be suspended for the League Classico coming on the weekend, but he is available on the bench. And Lionel Messi off a 3-goal and 1-assist performance.
Well, he was beyond magisterial in that game, inspirational, and in front of Ter Stegen, Langley is kept faith with, as Umtiti is put to the side.
And again, the insertion of Sergio Roberto. You take a look at the bench here, and Silesen back from injury, but they had a choice. Coutinho, Arthur, Malcolm, Alenia, and Vidal all could play there, but he's gone with Sergio Roberto. As we look into the VAR booth, which, well, let's just say it is a huge game, and they will probably be called in at a moment, but there are so many tactical questions as we take a look at Jose Maria Sanchez. His third Classico, his second of the year. That 5-1 thrashing by Barcelona back in October seems like ancient history for Real Madrid. And we are underway. The ball rolling at the Santiago Bernabeu. 61 degrees, clear skies. Well, maybe just a few gray clouds if Real Madrid has something to say about it. Laid back for Modric, keeps it alive. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you. Jose Hernandez, Jaime Macias on our Spanish language side, and we are glad you could join us today. 1-1 after the opening leg, which means Real Madrid did get a road goal. Barcelona will be the team that will need to get at least one to try and keep alive their dreams of yet another Copa del Rey crown.
One of the strange aspects about this Barcelona team in the last few weeks, Phil, has been the lack of goal scoring. It's really a strange sort of statement in itself, but Athletic Club like Bilbao and Lyon, of course, they were both big setbacks for Barcelona, and they've been just struggling to find the wonderful synchronicity. And you look at that last game, they needed Messi at his best. And a lot of people stating here this morning in all of the blogs and the newspapers that there's very little between these two teams coming into this game in terms of their form. But Real Madrid at home, you would think they'll find a little bit more. And Barcelona, with that Argentine, that alters everything.
Vinicius tangled with Semedo. Looks like advantage played. Finally trickles out across. Real fans whistling, but the referee was not. Maybe just a little lean. Well, let's talk about some of the tactics and the choices from Valverde. Going with Semedo, the more defensive of the two right backs, but he has Sergio Roberto out there.
Right.
Why?
On that one side, for sure. And Sergio Roberto has been playing pretty well. The last game in particular, when he came in, he made a big difference. He's a two-way player. He does have a wonderful invention to him, and certainly athleticism. You're going to need it on that far side against a player that's in absolutely white-hot form. And this man isn't so bad either when he is right, but a bad giveaway there by Dembele.
Well, gets the whistle. Look at the 35-year-old from Murcia, Jose Maria Sanchez, an economist in his spare time, so maybe after he can help Florentino Perez count the ticket money. But needless to say, for all of you watching here on BN Sports, you are not alone. One of the highlight matches of the year, if not the highlight. Jordi Alba rolling it back to Longley. Tisi got the call in the last game, but looked a little rusty. Longley's played well.
Yeah, has certainly played beyond well. He's been playing extremely good defensive football and good understanding developing between ter Stegen and him and Piqué. That's the pivotal aspect of him. But Umtiti did look just a little match rusty. And that's to be expected for the length of time. He's been out. Last 5 meetings here at the Santiago Bernabeu, Phil, Barcelona have won 4 times, but Modric back to his best, Benzema back to his best, the wonderful new addition of Vinicius, of course. And Lucas Vasquez still being relied upon in front of Gareth Bale. It's the big, interesting one here.
Ball out wide, looking for Alba, but Dembele tries to make something else happen. Vasquez read it well. Almost given away. Kroos impeded by Sergio Roberto, who has been known to have an impact in these Classicos.
Slack giveaway again from Ousmane Dembele in the early going. He's certainly a young player. He's World Cup winner, but he's got to be much more responsible in those sorts of situations for possession.
As you saw, Casemiro leaving the cleats out.
They've got to come out and attack, of course. Real Madrid is what they will want to fuel the fire of this crowd. Ping it around sharply, quickly, and they've got wonderful attackers on both sides.
Vasquez to the middle, Busquets sticking a boot out.
It's not just from the forward line, on both sides for Carvajal and Reguilon. They will join in and leave that deep corner pockets exposed for pacey players like Dembele and Suarez, but bad giveaway from Leo.
And Benzema in for Vasquez, sweeping across Semedo and clears it with his left. Only as far as Luka Modric. Karim Benzema coming out this past week saying that while it has been a transition, seeing the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, it has given him more freedom, and he's finally getting a chance to play his game.
Nicely.
Vinicius in, Piqué in the way.
Well, it's the first challenge for Semedo there, and Vinicius draws him in like a bullfighter, shows him the red cape, and ole! Not many defenders in the world can keep up with that. He's something to behold, isn't he? This new arrival from Brazil, Vinicius, and he does take the full flight. He's an absolutely wonderful player. We're going to be enjoying here, being sports in La Liga for many years to come.
We'll take a look, and it's a very inexperienced left flank for Real Madrid. with Vinicius joined by Reguilon. Why is Santiago Solari going with the youngster?
Well, they're playing well, keeping faith with him and breeding into them that confidence. Too good to leave out. Look out.
Chance for Carvajal, whips it into the 18. Blocked by Busquets. Modric almost steals it away.
Good start from Real Madrid. Barcelona very much pinned back and on the back foot. Well held up. That'll do his confidence a world of good. Varane right up him, but Suarez clean and quick with his hold-up play. Good sign.
Barcelona, even though they're the team that needs to score, trying to take a bit of fire out of this one. Good pass to Messi, his chance to drive. Casemiro closes, but he finds Dembele. Delicate cross, Suarez inside, and it's cleared away. Reguilon.
There's the right pass at the right time on both sides. Wonderful from Dembele. He's led beautifully from Leo. Wonderful lynx eye vision pass. One touch to caress it, and that's a lovely invite. And Suarez doesn't try to rifle it towards Kayla. He's looking for Sergio Roberto. Well cut out. It's good football from Barcelona.
Short corner. Good defense by Toni Kroos. Modric out for Vinicius, and he's got the pace. Well, Jordi Alba had the vision. And Rakitic is either destined for elsewhere or going nowhere, depending upon which report you read, but there will be a few changes next year. Young already signed, and rumors of other new players for Barcelona. Rakitic, especially since the arrival of Valverde, has been vital.
There's a much more improved performance by Barcelona in that Sevilla game, Phil. Not just in the scoreline, coming back from a 2-1 deficit. The man-and pattern of play was quicker and sharper. But first 8 minutes, it was a boxing match. You give the points to Real Madrid. Barcelona just starting to get it together.
Round of 32 as the ball almost finds Alba.
He needed to grow a couple of inches real quick there, and he did. Wonderful header from the Real Madrid wing back.
Rakitic steps in to win it. Roberto wide for Semedo. Real Madrid starting its cup quest in Africa. Melilla, the enclave, a 10-1 victory. Hard challenge, Rakitic. Down goes Casemiro, and Carvajal probably did hear this one.
Busquets is still down as well, and they sense that the link man in that midfield's gone missing, gone down. This one, there's a extended leg by Rakitic here. Is the follow through from Benzema. Nothing intentional there, I believe, from Karim. But then he goes and tries to launch this attack, gets away from Rakitic, and there's no control in that challenge. And he's a little fortunate to evade the yellow card, probably. All right, going to be that sort of game. Prison rules.
Over to the far side for the youngster Reguilon. Real would follow up with a 3-1 win over Leganés on aggregate. Barcelona beating Cultural Leonesa 5-1. Levante 4-2. Vasquez dancing around Rakitic.
Last time out, Real Madrid, of course, the Levante win was a real strange game of football. The Frogs played extremely impressively, and as you said, Phil, VAR was required and it was questioned. Look out!
Overlap is on. Reguilon with Vinicius. Reguilon. Well, that's why Semedo's out there. Ter Stegen looks like he keeps it in, but the whistle from Jose Maria Sanchez, and it's going to the corner.
And this is why Marcelo's not in there. This wonderful player, Reguilon. Take a look at this. that's the end result. But prior to it, it was a wonderful sequence of stop and start. Is this out?
Doesn't look it.
Not at all.
That appeared to be a call from the ref, so not reviewable at the moment.
Wasn't even close.
We'll see if Real Madrid can benefit. Close for Ramos. Piqué gets there first. Ooh. Flying in, Dembele overhead, but no one on the receiving end.
Modric had to get to that. He does well because Real Madrid were really stretched out. He has the earlier chance. Leo starts it, always the first domino to fall, and that's very close and cut out by, again, this wonderful emerging star Reguilon. From the first day we saw him, Phil, it's looked as if he's a special player, and the coach keeping him and feeding that confidence in front of Marcelo. And that in itself is a hell of a statement.
It's kind of funny when you consider, of course, the reputation, deserved for Barcelona, where they grow their own through La Masia, but the turnaround for Santi Solari coming up from Real Madrid's Fabrica in many ways has been keyed by Real's young players, not the superstars.
Well said. Knows them, he's weaned them, but on this stage it's a whole different world. He's kept faith in them, and not just kept faith, he's kept absolute confidence in them. Carvajal on the other side being challenged for his position so much of the time this season. The old guard not getting any sort of free passes. Ramos, of course, a huge miss in that last game at Levante.
This is the second leg of the semi-finals. The final set for May 25th at the Benito Villamarin in Seville. Vinicius looking to get there and win his first European hardware. Curls it around. Modric returns into the area. Contact. Get up, says the referee.
Semedo comes in, and wow, it looked like time that it may be a contested goal for a penalty kick for sure by Semedo. Vinicius, so much of a reaction from him, so maybe the referee got it right.
Well,
High time it looked close either way.
The video probably whirring just down the road in Las Rosas. No signal from the referee yet at the moment. He did have a clear sight.
And that wonderful stop-start from Vinicius, Phil, giving Semedo problems. And Dembele is still very much in the long grass here in the early going.
Dembele goes down, free kick Barca. And now they'll go back to the video.
Nice touch.
There's a touch.
There's a clip behind him, and how much of it is here? This is a better angle. There's the touch there. He takes one step and then goes down. I think if he went down the first touch right here, but he doesn't, he takes that extra step and just maybe tries to get one, but it's debatable, all right.
And Real Madrid, the benefactor on the weekend, and this time slight contact does not lead to a penalty.
But I think, again, he could have been bought a little bit or sold a little bit more quicker. Dembele went down on the initial contact, but that follow through. But again, he's trying to keep his feet, so you argue with both ways. I think the ref got it right.
And for Messi, Suarez lets it run. Benzema soft. The outlet pass intercepted.
Hey,
given
Benzema,
away again.
I don't know. I think Benzema pickpocketed him.
Okay. Down he goes. Contact with Vasquez as he passes it back to his keeper. Quarterfinal stage. Barcelona needed a strong second leg to knock off Sevilla 6-3 on aggregate. Well, Real Madrid won both of their games to edge Girona. Alba apologizing. Valverde wants his team pushing forward a bit more.
Sergio Ramos still feeling that knock. Got to concern the Madridistas. Still lingering there with it. Keeps on feeling it. Going to try to fight it off, of course. As we've said before, Sergio Ramos will fight a Bengal tiger in the dark for his Real Madrid.
Vasquez covering, but the clearance goes awry. Dembele a little overeager.
Looks like he's okay now. Number 4.
And Ter Stegen, one of the most comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Super season he is having as well, saving Barcelona numerous times this season. When called upon, he's been truly world class. And of course, the man at the other end, of course, is always world class for me. But a big test for Keylor Navas today. And let the guard down.
Messi to Alba. Flag stays down. Alba double teams.
L1. Lucas.
And Vasquez, who has deputized, going back to the Ancelotti days at right back, giving Carvajal some cover. Back to the offensive side. First 18 minutes, either team really overextending itself, more probing for weaknesses. Benzema,
nicely.
Vinicius, right foot, goes for the corner but sails it high.
Wonderful turn. Take a look at this again, like a magnet with a ball bearing. Vinicius, when he gets his ball stung into him, right here, beautiful turn, and that's poor defending by Barcelona. He's in.
Chance for Dembele, and he's got help across. The speedy Varane to the rescue.
And the long-legged Varane. The pass just not accurate or quick enough. That giveaway, it goes past Varane, but finally, that ball is trying to be played as quick as he can from Dembele. A right angle for the pass. Sounds a harsh criticism, he didn't play it early enough, but it just needed to be stepped through that half a step more quickly, and that one would have beat Varane. Suarez was waiting, lurking like a hungry vulture.
Alba looking to return the favor for Messi.
Oh, what a ball.
Almost actually lets it slip through. Casemiro. Benzema controls.
Tremendous play.
Cross upended by Suarez.
Well, he's one of the players that's on that yellow card peril with Nacho, Luis Sanchez, Luis Suarez and Ramos, as you said. Jordi Alba. High quality, high octane players, all of them sitting on that yellow card threat of missing the final. Well,
step up Semedo. Suarez hoped it came through, but a collision between Varane and Casemiro.
It was close, it was well covered, they needed to collide. One of them not backing down at all. It's a wonderful through ball for Suarez. Tighter than the Meg White snare drum this game, Phil. Both ways. Barcelona's looked very threatening and sharp on the isolated raids that they have had, and for Barcelona fans, a good sign is Suarez's early touches has been almost immaculate.
It's the 241st official Classico. Real has won 95, Barcelona 93. In cup play, a little closer, and Barcelona in front, 14-12. But there's history on the line as well, as Barcelona going for its 5th straight cup championship. Now, an Athletic sharing with Barcelona at 4 straight cup titles, and all the way back to the early days. Slow start to the season for Ramos and Casemiro, but they've gotten better as Real has, just missing the run of Vasquez.
Beautifully played into that space, and as you say, the anticipation, just a little lacking there. Hardly blame him. It's a speculative pass. There's a right ball to question Barcelona's back line. That high back line. That pass is always on, but the run has got to be reading that intended pass before it's played.
Defense Carvajal. You can see how Dembele stretches that back line, as Vinicius does in the other direction. Benzema goes wide. Vinicius sliding to the middle now. Uses the young Brazilian. Up steps Roberto. Kroos returns the favor. Sliding over long lay, but Benzema gets there first. Alba bounces. Ooh! Vinicius saved by Ter Stegen and cleared away. Rakitic.
Ball just wouldn't fall for Vinicius. He still gets a contact on him, but he is cursing death heaven with his bootless cries. Real Madrid just cannot capitalise. It's touch past Benzema. It's a good run. Lenglet reaches in, cannot get enough of it, and here is the snap, crackle, pop. It's a fabulous save by the sprawling Ter Stegen. Vinicius can consider himself a little unlucky to be facing that Marc-Andres Ter Spider-Man.
I saw Rakitic getting there just before Vasquez could pull the trigger.
It's the early going. He's just starting to get the oil warm through his engines. It's warm now. Some of the touches from Vinicius, it hasn't led to anything really opening up Barcelona, but he has been truly rattling the latch and looks super focused and sharp out there. Serious threat. What a wonderful combination that young man is with Benzema. It's still developing a little bit with Dembele and Suarez, I think, Phil, but it's pretty astonishing how this man has really found his feet so quickly for a club like Real Madrid. The pressure doesn't seem to affect him at all.
He's too young to know the difference.
Yeah, maybe. Well, for Flamengo, of course, he was a star man, and to play for that great Brazilian club under that condition of pressure, he came pretty battle-tested.
Well, it is no coincidence if you ask Real Madrid fans. Ooh, hard challenge. Casemiro, message sent. Messi does not care.
No, there's a challenge from the side from Casemiro. Nothing too cynical. And as I say, Messi takes it in there from the side. He just comes sliding through Leo.
After 12 straight games with Vinicius starting, Santiago Solari elected to sit him against Girona. And Real Madrid lost.
Yes, the quickness the other way, but well covered by Dani Carvajal.
Carvajal forcing him wide. Dembele tries to get the cross in, trickles across for the goal kick, and a high five from Vasquez.
Tremendous defending this. Talk about the spacing being just right, and then the reading of the cross. This was, again, the very end of it, but there was some initial wonderful defending by Carvajal against the speedster, reading his body shape, and then the intended push past him.
That loss against Girona, not saying it put the La Liga race out of reach, but it's a 9-point gap, and we're already well into the second half of the season. In some ways, their best chance to get the edge over Barcelona is in this tournament, to try and win their 20th cup crown.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. Of course, next week, or this coming weekend, in this same stadium, it could be well pushed out of Real Madrid's advantage, but they'll not be looking at like that, and they'll want this confidence booster here leading into El Classico on Saturday.
And the other point coming up immediately following that midweek is the second leg of the showdown against Ajax in the Champions League. No rest for the weary for Real. And they do have, speaking of weary, one less day of rest than Barcelona.
Wonderful reading from this fabulous player, Reguilon. And again,
Semedo throws his body in front. Advantage? No, he's pulling it back. Vinicius looked like he was off.
He wanted to be played on.
Now, might this be a yellow card?
Oh, either way, this is a fabulous attack from Sergio Reguilon, and the body check is cynical by... There's certainly no intention of anywhere near playing the ball from Semedo, but the two touches to set him free, Phil, are beyond his young years in both ability and confidence. And you just see it in his face, can't you? I mean, he's just so assured, and it's beyond. It's not confidence. It's something just absolutely incredible for a young man coming into this team and this stadium, playing at the level he's consistently done.
Cross high into the area, right-handed punch by Ter Stegen. So Alba and Longley going over some of the fine points of the defense. Jordi pushing the line. And all the way back to Keylor Navas. Sweet touch. Rakitic. Suarez has not seen much of the ball. Finally got his elusive goal, number 16 in league play, thanks to a beautiful dish from Lionel Messi on the weekend. He's been battling injuries for much of the season. Dembele. Roberto. Not exactly what we saw in his conversion to right back in the Luis Enrique days. Now he's going inside out in that midfield, allowing Messi to slide in.
Good focused pressure everywhere from Real Madrid as Barcelona link their play up. Syncopated passing rhythm trying to be established, but no clear runner for them to hit because of Real Madrid's wonderful shutting down there again.
Messi quickly and deflected to safety. Messi still challenging, pops in front of Carvajal.
Amazing from Leo this time. Reads the pass on the other side of Carvajal, and again, the pickpocket. Here's that wonderful attempt by Vinicius. He does everything he can. The ball's way behind him, and a magnificent stave by the German World Cup winner.
If you're looking for the textbook picture of how to make yourself big, Rakitic with Reguilon flying in. Modric, a little flick header out of the area. It's Barca's turn in the attack. Messi.
Good ball.
Dembele. Across the 6. Navas maybe with a touch. Suarez keeps it in. Measures. Delivers off the back.
This one is the closest Barcelona's come to scoring. There's a fabulous ball across the face of the goal. It just beats Keylor Navas with pace. Good ball back.
Carvajal over on that left back side, doubling up. Suarez works free, but right to Navas.
Last attack there by Carvajal. It was Piqué was the only target inside of the box. Just a step short to attack it.
Over Alba. Vasquez in the corner.
Well played.
Spins to the inside. And they might have slowed to a canter occasionally, but
good ball.
Curling ball in. Piqué across to deny
Benzema giving him the action with his arms like a big Dutch windmill, saying, feed me, baby. Casemiro just a little under hitting it by half an ounce with his pass to get that little bit extra trajectory on it. The right pass, though, and a great run by Benzema. Wonderful defending by Gerard Piqué. This scoreline, if it stood, would not suit Barcelona at the end of 90 minutes.
You know, Messi has been the difference for Barcelona in the Cup. An all-time leading scorer in league play and overall, but Ray, he has never scored against Real Madrid in a cup game. This is 8th try. Real trying to keep it that way. This gets too quick.
Really defining 4 days, isn't it, for Real Madrid? This, they can take this game here tonight, and it's just going to springboard everything for the Classico on top of everything else. But Barcelona is sitting pretty at the top of La Liga, and they want to protect their rights to their cup for the 5th year running.
Rakitic spots the run. Roberto back. Reguilon in the way. The flag coming up on the foul. Ray, you talk about that as we take another look. If Barcelona is able to get the victory here and move on in the cup, they do have the league somewhat in hand. In some ways, that could allow Real Madrid to focus in on the cup it has owned for the last 3 seasons.
Not sure if Navas actually let that ball run past them as he saw it. I think he was thinking it's going to go out of play. Maybe not, but it certainly looked as if he pulled away at the last second instead of risking the drop in front of Piqué.
World in slow motion as Messi focuses. Busquets to Rakitic. Sneaks it wide for Roberto, pushing further upfield. Almost like a 4-2-4 now for Barcelona. All deflected away. Sloppy from Rakitic. Can Real make them pay? Just over 10 minutes left in this opening half.
Good ball.
Out wide, Vinicius likes to cut back. Plays it across. Piqué read it well.
Benzema arriving with the intimidating directness of a torpedo there, and a wonderful attempt by Vinicius to find him after some wonderful hesitant hold-up skill. Doing it at warp speed.
Through the middle, just in front of Sergio Roberto.
Great run and a wonderful attempt by Ivan Rakitic to find him. See, nice blending of direct play from Barcelona, mixing it up because, well, they have done this. Real Madrid white mesh moving across everything to lock them out. They're going wide here.
Dembele overlap Alba, one touch inside, deflects, and Modric in good position. Vasquez trying to accelerate, but Alba with a little bump. Fair, says the ref. No argument from Vasquez. Still a lot of time, counting added time. Over an hour remains. So still too early for Barcelona to throw caution to the winds, but remember, they're the team that needs a goal. Off of Vasquez, says the ref, and Valverde barking on this near side touch. Long lay. Alba. Modric's touch almost sent it through for Suarez. Alba back to the middle. Busquets for Piqué. Likes to hunt, but now
here.
He's opened the door in for Vinicius.
Magic.
Over comes Longley. Vinicius denied. The young Frenchman to the veteran Frenchman, and a kick saved by Ter Stegen.
Tremendous setup from Real Madrid, and Vinicius is in like Flynn. the goalkeeper to beat, but the ball seems to rub on his control, Phil. And then Benzema following up had an opportunity to rattle it home. It was a beautiful ball for the speedster. So unlucky. Here it is. Casemiro wins it, stabs it, hesitates. It's a beautiful ball right into stride. And there's that rough touch. And it's just as well for Real Madrid. Langley left for dead there. And he made up for it though. Wonderful play from Casemiro. Truly lovely hesitation, and then he calibrates and then recalibrates his pass right into stride. And youthfulness, again, learning on the job for Vinny. But by his high standards, he'll be really thinking about that one tonight.
So might Karim Benzema. He did get the shot away, but sent it right down the middle. Here they come again. Casemiro. Wide for Reguilon. Rolls it in. Vinicius! And it scrapes the top of the crossbar.
Again, fabulous chain reaction football from Los Vikingos. Vinicius roaring them on. Again, it's Casemiro. Stabs it outside. Reguilon. That's an absolutely magnificent ball. Then he tries to readjust. It's a quarter step behind him, and he cannot quite arrow it down. It's got ter Stegen beat for pace, but not for accuracy. A wonderful play by Casemiro. And Sergio Reguilon again down that left side, giving Barcelona all sorts of problems, linking up with Vinicius. Not quite the same way on this left side for Barcelona. Dembele has been pretty much wrapped up by Carvajal so far.
We are scoreless in the 39th minute. There has not been a scoreless Classico in more than 15 years. Have to go back all the way to the 1980s for the last time there was one at the Bernabeu.
We saw this game play out at Levante last week, where the Frogs had similar chances against Real Madrid and did not take them. Real Madrid made them pay. The Royal Whites have got to start finishing these great chances, because eventually Barcelona's going to get theirs. This is another great look here. And he just doesn't get enough power or placement. Marcelo disappointed.
Offside against the Uruguayan. Well, looked like there were two defenders keeping him on, but flag comes up. Switches far flank. 5 minutes left to go in this opening half. Each team has had its chances, although ter Stegen's probably been the busier of the two goalkeepers.
I think there's any probability about it, Phil. Real Madrid have needed their goalkeeper completely. Barcelona, excuse me, Keylor Navas hasn't been really questioned in front of his goal. I saw a couple of crosses flash across him. That has been pretty much the limit of it. Messi's been kept pretty quiet.
The two Croatian World Cup stars dueling. Slots it inside. Benzema sees Vasquez. Good control.
Wonderful touch.
Inside, long lay.
Well played.
Had help.
Nicely.
Dummied. Vinicius drives. Left foot. Semedo stays with him.
There's good defending this time by the Portuguese man. He locks in on the Brazilian, but the Brazilian says, I'll see you later. Wonderful from Benzema on his lead. This is an exquisite first touch. Nice cut inside, and he keeps the passes moving. Again, Ramos lets it run. It's all yours, Vinny. Do your business. Semedo says, nah. Wonderful defending that time by the Barcelona Portuguese man. Vinicius fizzing, certainly shining.
Close, measures it, glances in front, and finally cleared by Piqué.
A lovely little flick on by Varane, and nearly got to the end of it off a ricochet. Modric.
Motors out wide for the captain.
Well played.
Varane tries to knock it back, but now it's Barca on the break. Alba. Messi gets around Reguilon. Space opens up and then slotted down by Ramos.
Got to come back.
Finally, the foul called as Messi still on the ground.
Now, I'm surprised it took Real Madrid so long to bring Messi down. I think there's 3 challenges come in on Leo as he's just about to pick his pass. He raids the book and Bronco each time. A great attempt to find the final killer ball from Leo as he knows they're all stretched out. This is the last one. Toni Kroos comes across and certainly plays all man, no ball. Kroos had a good look at where Leo was going and pulled out the machete out of his jockstrap. Got the business done against the Argentine. First time we've seen Leo with a couple of options on either side of him after a tremendous barreling run. But Real Madrid shut him down.
As he drives this one in,
Oh.
Suarez just held back by Vasquez.
Wonderful focus again by this Real Madrid defensive team, man. They are shutting down every angle and passing lane. Even for Messi, who usually invents his own passing lanes, has been nothing for him.
Modric. Vasquez bounces off Longley. Then flops to the turf. Referee calling it rather evenly at the moment. Messi off that bounce from Busquets.
Magic.
Now Dembele's turn. Trying to free himself. Carvajal slips. But the cross leaves a bit to be desired.
No, it's a wonderful cross in my book. Absolutely wonderful from Ousmane Dembele. A fabulous rainbow pass at the end. And nobody attacking that back post. Unfortunately, didn't have the time to lift his head up because he had Carvajal. And he was doing everything he can to wrap up that final pass. He always, as a forward, you'll think, well, if he's getting this, he's going to try to find me at the back post. But nobody there. Give away again from Rakitic.
He slips, but Alba stops it briefly.
Advantage played. No,
Rakitic will touch the ball as this one will come back. Final minute, halfway done. Now a chance for Real Madrid from the restart. Maybe the final play of this first half. Vasquez rubbing his left knee. There you see why.
There's a wonderful piece of skill earlier from Dembele. And again, Carvajal doing his damnedest to prohibit any sort of pass across the front of him, either side of him, and allowing his defenders behind him to make up for it and adjust themselves. Here's a look at the fly's eye vision camera as it swings around and sees ter Stegen come to the rescue.
Harlem Globetrotters might need another point guard. Marcelo still a little left back to be played, although where that will be may be up in the air. Lots of rumors about rejoining Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus.
Numerous times seen this foul. Wish we could see the wonderful hold-up play from Dembele earlier, because, man alive, I think he sent Carvajal the wrong way 3 or 4 times and still couldn't get past him. And that wonderful feeding ball to the back post was begging for somebody to come barreling in. Nobody was.
1 minute to be added. Of course, we're already into the second minute of added time, so maybe just a few more touches left, if that. Jose Maria Sanchez sends the two teams to the dressing room. Scoreless at the half, 1-1 on aggregate. 45 minutes more as Real in the driver's seat for a ticket to the final. Posing himself. Well, Keylor Navas looks to a higher authority. 240 times these two teams have met in an official competition. And it just seems like each time something dramatic. Talked about that scoreless draw the last time. It ended scoreless at the Nou Camp back in November of '02. That was the Luis Figo match. It might not have been goals, but there was controversy as he was greeted with a pig's head and screams of traitor. Real Madrid and Barcelona always looking for the fireworks on the field of play. Well, it looks like we could get some here in the second half.
I don't know. We haven't seen too much of it, and Barcelona certainly have been under the gun as Vidal warms up, and Coutinho and Arthur may be required.
Second stanza underway.
All of Barcelona's attacks been down that left side, Phil, with Dembele, as infrequent as that it has been. And meanwhile, on the other side of the park, Real Madrid have been attacking at will down the other side, and you've got that situation to figure out. We'll see how Valverde has addressed that.
Bill Shane alongside Ray Hudson, Jose Hernandez, Jaime Macias on our Spanish language side. Karim Benzema settles on a velvet cushion, sneaks it across, cleared away. Dembele forced to defend.
Just as well covering for Dani Carvajal. It's good defending by the French World Cup winner.
The two young left wings, Dembele and Vinicius, have been the most important part of their team's attack. But as you pointed out, just one shot off target from Barcelona in the first half. Well, Vinicius himself had 3, and well, VAR said no, but almost drew a penalty.
Like Christian Vieri says, there's probably going to be one club that needs the change before the other, and that is decidedly Barcelona. Real Madrid in nice control of this game, but still it dug eggs, and that suits Los Vikingos. Again, Real Madrid will take that result to the end of this game. What response from Barca?
Back to Vasquez. If there is a concern for injury, it might be for Real. Vasquez left knee, Ramos right knee, both needing a bit of treatment in the first half, but both appear to be okay. In for Karim Benzema, tries to sneak it through. Dembele not once but twice denies. Carvajal. Vasquez, who's gotten the call again here in place of Gareth Bale, who has not been too happy about that, but that means Bale is available on the bench.
Good play by Lucas, is clearly pulled back by Lenglet as Lucas Vasquez was driving in. Here's a very, very close call. Flag stays down, and rightfully so. Looked level to me. Benzema taking on Piqué, and then it just falls into that area for Dani Carvajal. Well covered from the winger of Real Madrid, of Barcelona, and Dembele doing some good covering.
60% possession for Barca in the first half, but 6 shots for Real Madrid.
Wonderful position this, Phil, for Toni Kroos. So accurate usually.
Ball inside, the header up and over, but it looks like a push in the process against Karim Benzema.
I think he's holding him down. Let's take a look. There's a push there behind anyhow by Sergio Ramos.
There, as you see, arm on top of Busquets. What do you think of the refereeing so far?
There's the push right here. They're holding down. Now, there was some questionable calls both ways in the first half, but it's clearly a foul. It should be a card now.
Probably the most controversial would have been that little clip by Semedo on the heels of Vinicius.
I was saying every time Leo gets clear, this is the type of action that Real Madrid's coming out with, and no yellow card produced there for Luka. A little bit fortunate. It was like 3 fouls on Messi as he tried to wriggle free.
Offside line about 25 yards out. Ball whipped in, flicked up towards the corner. Piqué got a touch, but no direction. And
Offside.
the flag coming up as well.
Very close, but certainly would have been called back for offside. Oh, well played.
Semedo getting it in quickly right in front of Santiago Solari, the pride of Stockton College. Ex-Riverman spending some time in the States before going pro. 1-1 on aggregate.
Good lead.
Looking to try and get that vital goal. Ball touched home by Luis Suarez. A beautiful ball from Dembele, and El Pistolero with the bullseye.
Sharp as vinegar. Suarez this time. A beautiful setup by Dembele, and Keylor Navas sees this one triggered past him. Low, hard and accurate. It's a good build-up down this left side again, and nothing fortunate about it. The first pass into Dembele was very, very good, but Dembele's red carpet pass for Suarez, and man, does he pounce on this one. It's a wonderful dispatch. There's that nice lead ball from Langley. And then here, Jordi Alba, lovely slip-through ball. Dembele knows where Suarez is. That's magnificent finishing here. Take a look at it from this angle. A hopping ball, and it's stabbed through 2 players, and Keylor cannot get to it. Right here, beautiful ball played in, but it's an even better finish from Suarezcito.
Second goal of the Cup. Back-to-back games with a goal now, getting hot when they need it. And now things getting a little hot on the Real Madrid bench, because Barca has its road goal. Barca in front 2-1 on aggregate, and the pressure falls to the hosts.
Well, they've responded to the pressure all game long, Real Madrid, and you could clearly say that was against the run of play, but Barcelona playing in a different tempo now.
Advantage played, and Varane pulls it out of the fire. Suarez
say, Phil, this will open it up now. Real Madrid very much on the hunt. Here's the danger man.
Vinicius. Benzema wanted it back. Kept alive, though, by Reguilon. Vinicius weaves, delivers. Carvajal again coming across. Semedo pinching in.
Wonderful cool between him and Rakitic.
Reguilon again as Real tightens the midfield. Good step up, Piqué.
Yep, needed to get that one.
Reguilon pulling a Marcelo there, hanging around the Barcelona box. More intensity from Real Madrid. Vinicius again. Now cross, left foot, just sails.
It was one of those goals that Solari scored so rattled past his team, where there was really no other options for the passes that Barcelona played. Each and every one was delivered without an option. It was just all falling perfectly for them. And again, the finish is really exceptional. The accuracy. right on target. Suarez started this game off well.
First shot on goal for the game for Barca. Was trying to kick it up. Rakitic, who's been busy. Reguilon pushing forward, almost steals it back.
Too tight.
Casemiro does. Reguilon tackled by Busquets from behind.
Well, it played right into Real Madrid's hand this time. Combination of very, very tight passes in traffic there for Barcelona, and Real Madrid's been too quick in responding to those sorts of intricate play in those tight confines. In the first half, we saw Real Madrid latching on to everything, and they've done it again and opened a window of opportunity here for Toni Kroos, looking for his captain.
Sergio Ramos leading the charge. Snapped in and wide. So close for Casemiro.
Well, he'll be disappointed with this one, the way he's been scoring goals of late. It's a beautiful ball delivered into a thimble. Great opportunity, rises magnificently, but the accuracy nowhere close.
Great article this past week with Casemiro, talking about his days growing up in Brazil. Came up as a forward, but there were so many, and he was the youngest. They decided to move him to defensive midfield. And the rest is history. This game brought to you in part by Boss Revolution. Wonder if the Real Madrid boss happy about this revolution.
Magic.
Here's Vinicius. Tackled away. Busquets.
Oh, wonderful extension of them telescopic legs. Comes like a big fireman with his hose and puts this fire out. It was absolutely wonderfully set by Vinicius.
A sharp finish from Suarez has given Real Madrid some headaches, looking to salve those wounds right in front of their fans. Sloppy pass, Alba intercepts. Barca looking to counter, looking for Messi first of all. Spots Alba. Drives himself.
Too far.
Nice from Vasquez.
Had options, but the pass not able to be triggered on by Leo that time. He just let the ball get away from him as he was waiting for that opportunity to slip it through.
Vinicius on Semedo. Vinicius again tangles with a Portuguese man. Back to his feet. No foul, says the ref. Gareth Bale off the bench, loosening up, as is Marco Asensio. Solari knows he needs offense. It's a really good ball from Sergio Roberto there for Suarez. Looking for the first time rainbow pass over the top for Leo. Badly overhit. Ramos spots Reguilon. Has a chance to turn Semedo.
Wonderfully weighted ball from the captain.
Trailing run for Kroos. 3 in the box. Looking for Benzema, but long lay in position. And a Gallic challenge. Varane. Over the top of Roberto, but right to Dembele.
Giveaway again. Another option other than to take a step backwards. Rakitic, but he goes for the little passage ball. Back to Dembele. Cut out again by Real Madrid. Good example again from the locked-in focus of Solari's men defensively. And yet, they are down 1. Nothing there.
Luis Suarez, the difference maker here. His 10th goal against Real Madrid.
It's a good lead from Rakitic. And again.
Dembele spots a gap. Saw Rakitic, but so did Ramos.
Ramos, tremendous intervention. That pass was going to find the Croatian, but Sergio Ramos comes to the rescue here. And Barcelona suddenly starting to find space in their attack. And it's quick and threatening, likes of which we didn't see in the first half. That goal has opened it up.
First caution of the match. And as you pointed out in the first half, Barcelona with Luis Suarez and Jordi Alba, a yellow away from missing the Copa del Rey final. Sergio Ramos, and on the bench Nacho, in similar position for Real Madrid, but Real won't get there unless they find at least a goal here. Busquets in the center circle.
Clever ball.
Rakitic through the middle. Up steps Ramos. Rakitic still. Down he goes.
Wonderful play by Ivan Rakitic, and he had Sergio Roberto to the right side of him, but he felt as he could just get it past the last defender of Real Madrid. I think it was Sergio Ramos. A wonderful run by the Croatian.
Suarez up to a 9th place tie with the legendary Hugo Sanchez and others. Messi, of course, 26 goals. And again, has not been able to score ever in 7 tries against Real Madrid in the Cup. Nice from Reguilon, around Semedo, keeps his feet, across the face of goal, down goes Vasquez in a collision with Alba, no foul.
Sergio Reguilon on this left side is absolutely brilliant again. The 22-year-old says, see you later. Beautiful feet. Fabulous ball into the traffic of area and right into the 6-yard box. Incredible from the youngster. And Lucas Vasquez gets sandwiched in between the two. Is there any foul here?
Doesn't look it. It looks like Longley just gets a clearing touch.
Good insurance behind him. Here's that wonderful run by Rakitic. Again, the feet continue to dance brilliantly. And there's a little contact by Sergio Ramos right here on the standing leg. It's not spotted, and Sergio Ramos tells him to get up, but he is very lucky here.
That's on the chalk, would be in the area and would have been a penalty.
Very contentious, and it seemed to be that there was a stamp, whether it was accidental or not. VAR doesn't look at it. As Sergio Ramos it was, and gambled and got away with it.
Now captain his 41st Classico, one more than Lionel Messi. Manuel Sanches with 43, Gento with 42. Alongside Xavi Hernandez. There's the website for more on the Cup and the League and everything else going on. And share your thoughts on Twitter at beIN Sports USA. Half hour to go. Of course, there might be a bit more if we do see another goal for Real. Reguilon over Busquets, but no. It would be extra time if this ends level at 1. Good run. Vasquez forced to retreat. Vinicius. Kroos. Carvajal pushing up as a second attacker. Vinicius.
Magic.
Around Semedo. Diving header. Diving Ter Stegen.
Astonishing header here. What a setup from the Brazilian man again. Look out.
Suarez leaving Casemiro in his wake. Bypasses Messi for Roberto. Reguilon, who was just in the other box, now having to scamper back. What a save by Marc-Andre Ter Stegen.
Well, you don't know where to put the greatest praise. Vinicius again, magical. Reguilon's header, astonishing. Ter Stegen's save, magnificent.
It is El Classico. Here they come again. Alba deflected. Nice weight taken off by Casemiro, who still seems bruised. Piqué fouls Benzema in the center circle. Looks like a scratch down the side of Casemiro
Another one of those opportunities Real Madrid fans just cannot believe that these ones aren't going in. It was the same in the first half. Again, the magic man here is called Vinicius. Wonderful hesitation, readjustments of his dynamic, a brave header, stabbed at goal. What a save.
Or chances denied by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Scooped by Modric. Vinicius, trailing run too far for Carvajal.
Here's another look as he rounds the Portuguese man. Instinctively finds its target. Reguilon finds the back of the net, but ter Stegen says not this time. Amazing football.
Real throwing everything forward. Barcelona finds a second goal, and they would be in firm control. But Real back in time here.
Unstoppable Vinicius. As Bobo Vieri said, the next superstar emerges from Brazil, via La Liga. This amazingly electric footballer, but it's his feet and it's his decision-making, Phil. And what is he, 18?
And we keep talking, we have for a decade, Ray. What's going to happen after Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi? Well, Kylian Mbappe emerged last year, and Vinicius giving him company. Here's Vasquez.
They've got a long, long way to go to catch up with the likes of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, but the signs are good.
Yellow against Busquets.
A fine game again, back to his world-class best here. That's a nasty challenge by Busquets. And there's a wonderful look at that diving header. It's got goal written all over it. But Spider-Man again comes to the rescue. Semedo can only watch and say his Hail Mary's full of grace. And the good lady responds, grants him the wishes. What a save, what a pass, what a header.
There you see how Casemiro took the scratch.
And he still was able to focus on that reach out on Suarez's foot.
What a battle that is.
Yeah,
good ball from Kroos. Vinicius into the middle against Piqué. Roberto read the trailing run.
Very cool under pressure here. He senses a challenge coming. Lucas Vasquez.
Better be careful.
Right here. It's very, very good by Sergio Roberto.
Vasquez carrying a caution.
Well, Solari wants some action from his substitutes to come back. The time's are ticking. He doesn't like the way the sand's going through the hourglass here. So somebody's coming in.
These are the days of Real Madrid at the moment. Can they turn it around? Ajax looming.
Good touch.
Classicos in the way.
Nice play.
Chance for Benz.
And again.
Freeze.
Beautiful.
Modric. Carvajal. And what a stop.
He's got to use his hands as velvet cushions here to Stegen, because Benzema's waiting, lurking. Instinctive, quick trigger football by Real Madrid. And again, it's stung by Carvajal. And ter Stegen's hands need to be impeccable, and they were.
Could not give up a rebound. Benzema was lurking.
Yep. Great play by Real Madrid as well in the setup for their opportunities. The quickness of their passing, the quickness of their thought process, catching out Barcelona, who under severe pressure here.
Driving Vinicius at three defenders. Vinicius stops, shoots, and it's deflected wide.
Genius from Vinicius. He's already saying Vini, Vini, Vici, but it is kept away in the last baby's breath. Beautiful. Busquets tries to pull him back. He's gone. He's trying to wrestle with a ghost. A wonderful step in as he's trying to curl it past ter Stegen. And fortunately for Barcelona, Semedo comes to the rescue just in time.
Maybe the caution, one of the reasons, but Lucas Vasquez, will he get a handshake this time from Gareth Bale? What a play.
What a player. Wonderful in the setup and electrical. He puts Piqué on his back like a turtle. Semedo comes to the rescue.
Tapped away. Ramos denied by Longley.
Drills and spills, and now they're stretched out.
Good run, Sergio Roberto. He's done this before.
Good break. Left side's begging. Delivered.
Now Suarez. But again, in the lead, they can afford to let the sand bleed out. Okay. Busquets. Just in time for Semedo. Around for Dembele. Flag stays down. Across and home. Luis Suarez.
Magisterial from Barcelona this time. And this time, Sergio Ramos is caught out of position. They're going to look at it on VAR. But again, a Barcelona attack that bewitches, bothers, and bewilders Real Madrid. The intricacy, it's a rabbit hole attack. They're looking at it, but this looked like a fair goal to me, Phil.
It might be an own goal at the end, but Suarez bursting his lungs to get there at the back post, helping to create it.
It's clairvoyant passing, and the Barcelona fans going crazy. There's helter-skelter chaos all over with this. Semedo leads the charge. Well, he's onside just. He's just a toenail level, basically, and a wonderful identification of the man arriving with the intimidating directness of a torpedo is Suarez. Casemiro, Varane, excuse me, trying to cut this one out. Casemiro does it the near post, he cannot get there. Who it goes off, it really doesn't matter. It's an own goal bout of Varane, but Suarez would have put it in anyway. No chance again with the flashing of this pass in front of Keylor. 2-0 for Barcelona. And again, amazing, wonderful, smooth play down this right side. The question was it onside, offside? But we saw in the replay, Phil, it's onside, and this ball played in, and then the wonderful identification of the threat at the back post from Dembele. He sees him coming in, and it's a beautiful ball delivered. Varane does everything he can to get on the right side of the ball. He does. But the pace and placement of Dembele's pass, the invite, is perfection. And poor Sergio Ramos was caught too far upfield, and a rabbit hole attack by Barcelona opened them up.
Well, Rafa Varane, a triple crown of disasters there, keeping Dembele onside by a toe, touching it in with his toe, and then an injury to his knee. Don't forget El Classico post-game coverage coming up. At the moment, Barcelona in the driver's seat for a ticket to the final.
Trying to say anything more about the Dembele pass, though, Phil. Look out.
And here they come again. Messi trailing. Suarez driving. Taken down. Contact. Casemiro. Penalty, and Barca a chance for a third.
Casemiro does not argue. It's a wonderful, brave effort by Suarez, who's having a radiant game. And Casemiro knows he's got a tiger by the tail and his teeth at the other end with Suarez. Stamps on him, and he's going to make the most of that either way. It's certainly a foul. Casemiro tries to reach in and get the ball, but he gets the standing foot. And Suarez it is that's going to step up to see if he can make this game 3-0.
The second goal eliminated the possibility of extra time. This third goal might eliminate Real Madrid in the process. From the spot against Navas. And they need the Tico man more than ever. Suarez strikes, chips, and Panenka's it home and carries Barca to a 3-0 lead.
The audacity of Suarez absolutely humiliates both Keylor and Sergio Ramos's Real Madrid. The captain calling for a miracle now. Cool like a bomb disposal expert, Suarez wears pressure like a pair of carpet slippers. Amazing game of El Clasico football. A piece of art that could be hung up in the Louvre in France. As cool under pressure, divine skill and placement. Navas springs to the side, but this one is rainbowed past him. He's had a wonderful game. The critics have been out with Suarez, and deservedly so much of the time, but he has responded like a true hero here tonight and has been the inspiration of this Barcelona side throughout.
See Fede Valverde, the Uruguayan, about to step in for Real Madrid. Nearly 80,500 in attendance here at the Santiago Bernabeu. And Ray, in the span of 5 minutes, this game has turned around. Even when Barca scored first, Real seemed destined to find the equalizer, but now it seems out of their reach.
Like said in the first half, Phil, the way this Real Madrid were really dominating this game and creating chances galore for themselves. Impressive Real Madrid football of the highest order. And we saw Levante turn it on the other table I mentioned in the first half, where Levante had numerous chances and the conversion rate wasn't there. And Real Madrid needed that go-ahead goal when their engine was revving and red hot in that first half. It didn't come, and Barcelona has made him pay for it. Again, this wonderful player, the accuracy of his ball was like a Stevie Nash three-pointer over distance, and dropped it into an area that was just unstoppable and undefendable. Wonderful placement for the own goal by Varane. But Vinicius must be looking and thinking, what more can I do? Well, that's El Clasico football, all right. And Real Madrid were flying high. Barcelona, no better or more pernicious way of hitting back at an opponent than what Barcelona have done. 3-0. Amazing.
And again, think back, Ray, to the weekend where until garbage time, as Bale flips the ball wide for Carvajal, his cross sails long, and that beautiful little set by Lionel Messi to get Luis Suarez his goal. Until that went in, everyone was talking about Luis Suarez needing a rest, looking injured.
For sure.
He's been the target man today, involved in all 3 goals.
His early game as well, Phil, his hold-up play, the quenginess of the touch, made mention of it. He was having a good game. In struggles, he's in here again.
Maybe his final touch, Navas well out of his area.
Dyson
and
with
Suarez did not want to commit the foul. Navas maybe tempting fate.
Well, got away with it, but very, very risky by Navas.
Valverde for Casemiro. Coutinho for Dembele. And now Barcelona. We saw Suarez signaling for a substitution. Part of that might be just to save his knee. Remember, in just a few days' time, they're going to do this all over again. Out wide for Vinicius. He's also carrying a caution, and if he gets a second, that would mean he would miss the final. Jordi Alba in a similar situation. There's Coutinho. And Busquets with a caution today. Well, this is the third of a guaranteed 4 Clásicos this year. Ray, the record is 6 in a season. Back in 2011-12, 2012-13. Remember those days of Iker Casillas talking about needing to decaffeinate things?
Sure.
Pretty much tore the Spanish national team apart.
But did not. Went on to be champions of the world and 2-time champions of Europe.
If the ping pong balls fall the right way, should Real get past Ajax and Barca past Lyon, there's the chance they could draw for 2 more Clásicos to tie the mark in European
look
play.
At the ball build up here, and he's just onside, but it is very, very close. And then Suarez arriving strongly. Carvajal on one side, Varane on the other. But Dembele's placement, and Suarez knows it. makes it an undefensible crossfield invade as this man who has got to be up there for man of the match in the way he's led the front line through the adversity of that first half, where he was looking from his crow's nest position, looking at his team being really pinned back and terrorized by Vinicius.
So no true striker out there. They could push Lionel Messi to the front line, Coutinho as well, but Suarez and Dembele replaced. Now pretty much looking for a consolation goal, Real Madrid. But the tap has gone dry. Nice from Reguilon, who's been impressive. Bale. Modric. Still Luka. Wide for Carvajal. Second effort. And Alba takes care of business. 50th minute, Suarez. 69th minute, the own goal with Suarez lurking. And 73rd minute, Suarez draws the penalty and converts himself. Messi, who had a hat trick and an assist for a fourth in the comeback on the weekend. Relatively quiet.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid done a wonderful job in that midfield of really stopping Leo when he's dropped back in to that position, and not just bottling up Leo Messi in that first half, but also taking the initiative to create so many great chances. Played so well in the first half, Real Madrid, and look at that scoreline.
Well, tomorrow it will be the other semi-final second leg, and that one promises a thrill as well. Remember, Betis opened up with a 2-goal lead at home against Valencia, only to be caught at the wire. So with that 2-2, they'll head to Mestalla. Quique Setien with some work to do. Sergio Roberto marauding, but Reguilon keeps him at bay.
It's a long bursting run, and Reguilon needed everything to get past that, and this guy is still sparks coming off him. Vinicius
with the hip check.
Good performance in Barcelona's back line. Semedo has been terrorized in his neighborhood by Vinicius, and he's had good cover when needed. Piqué and Lenglet as well, Phil, deserve full credit as Vinicius comes out, gave and poured everything he had into this game. A wonderful performance. The team ethic has come through in defiance. They were impervious in the first half. They were holding on, hanging on in that first 45 minutes, like Wile E. Coyote on the end of a cliff. And Real Madrid jumping up and down on their fingers, and they would not go down. Let's think, what would it have been different, Phil, had it not been for that German in goal, wearing that green suit like a jungle cat.
Nice tackle, Roberto. What would it have been if the contact by Semedo and Vinicius would have been called and they go up by a penalty? Vinicius, by the way, Ray, 6 shots, only 1 made its way through. 3 were blocked, but there are some that are criticizing Vinicius, the fact that he's too wasteful. He's getting the chances but not putting them on net. The scarier thing is what happens when he learns.
It's laughable, Phil, that sort of criticism, or that sort of even observation. He's 18-year-old, and he's been absolutely sagacious since he's got into this lineup. The fault is not him.
Bale around, right foot or left foot. He tries, and it carries.
Doesn't trust his right, and maybe he heard the flag come up. He's offside as the ball stabbed through beautifully from Benzema. This one.
And they did wait for the flag until the end of the play. By the way, again, just giving you an idea of what Vinicius means to Real Madrid. His 6 shots equal the amount of the rest of his team combined.
Yeah, there's ingredients in Vinicius, Phil, that you cannot put into statistics because they are immeasurable. It's the same when they reel off the statistics about Messi. There's no statistics to measure what those two special players have.
Promising signs for the future, but the present is looking a little dusty for Real Madrid. Maybe to be salved with a 4th straight European crown. Good read, Reguilon. Flex for Bale. Touches wide, but too soft. Semedo intercepts. A few whistles at the Bernabeu.
They won it back.
Gareth Bale has been the focus of several harsh stories over the past week or two. Raphael back for Fede Valverde. Modric again wide. Saw the frustration in a goal celebration a little over a week ago. And then another goal celebration that really wasn't, even though his teammates wanted to. Rakitic pocket picked. Asensio. Bale motoring to the corner. Kroos one touch. Asensio. And almost out of the stadium.
It'll be reflecting what a wonderful game football is, but look at the head shaking going on. They'll be saying she's a cruel mistress, football, all right. And he'll be happy. But again, it's very difficult to put it into a composed frame, Phil, after that first half. It's undeniable as another wonderful artisan comes off. The chances we had, the chances the Brazilians are saying, we've got to put them away.
Saying it with his lips covered because he knows they're hiring lip readers.
Right.
Gives you an idea of what it's like to be in the Madrid dressing room at the moment. Busquets will leave.
Tremendous performance, and here's a player that many expected to start, did not. Valverde went with what he felt was a team that could both hold possession and certainly enough threat on the break. It wasn't working out that way in the first half until Suarez arrived.
The fans that remain still finding enough energy to whistle Piqué. I think Florentino Perez will notice the ones that are already headed for the streets of Chamartín. Good ball inside, and again the chance snuffed out by Ter Stegen.
How important was he? He can really be stated time and time again, but Ter Stegen was absolutely imperative.
4 saves and grabbing the ball inside 10 times now.
Yeah, but remember those ones that were so softly handled and he didn't spill. It's just an immaculate performance from Ter Stegen tonight.
Post-game coverage immediately following the conclusion. And again, don't forget on the weekend, the second of these 2 Clásicos in tight fashion. 2013, there were 5 days in between. Real Madrid won them both. 2011, between April 16th and May 3rd, there were 4 meetings. League Cup and Europe. 2 draws and a road win apiece. Real Madrid with some work to do. Asensio. Brilliant.
6 meetings at this stadium between these 2 immortal, eternal rivals, Phil. And this is the 5th win by Barcelona. And this one is one of the strange ones in my book.
Brilliant start to his managerial reign for Santiago Solari. Ball blocked away, but we're getting to the money end of the season, Ray.
Of all the goals Barcelona scored as well, that first one, man, by far and away the best one in my book. It was incredible. He couldn't pick a winner today, but unfortunately, certainly Barcelona's killer first goal was of such high octane, high quality. This is a game where Messi has been pretty much less influential as he usually is, let's just say.
Roberto trying to feed it back, but
so
Messi at a canter.
There goes the argument for Messi dependency, but always a big part of the whole process of earning the right to win. Barcelona did that in that first half, facing the hammers of hell coming at them. Incredible.
Benzema. Real looking for something to set up their weekend meeting. A little slip by Asensio.
The argument will be as well, or not the argument, but the clear statement would be from the Madridistas, if Cristiano had been here in the first half, he'd have been converting. Well, they're happy days that will never come back. But that penalty box predator with the Dark Invader skill has always been irreplaceable.
Barcelona.
Who do you pick for man of the match?
I was going to say Dembele or Suarez.
I would say Ter Stegen. No,
Great point.
How crazy is that?
You could even maybe put an honorable mention third star, if you will, for Sergio Roberto, who was, I don't want to call it strange, but the tactical pick by Ernesto Valverde in the starting lineup.
Sure. I mean, because you cannot say Semedo had one of the stellar games, because he was taken to the cleaners and a lot of times by the wonderful Vinicius, and then Langley, Piqué, Ter Stegen came to the rescue, Jordi Alba. All in all, quite amazing game of football. And I repeat myself in saying that Leo Messi has been very quiet by his incredible standards.
Well, let me ask you again, is this the epitome of the new Barcelona?
Perhaps.
Real Madrid, arguably the more impressive, at least through the opening hour.
No question.
But it's Barcelona laughing at the final whistle.
Right. The old rope-a-dope was played to precision.
Looking for a fourth.
And people with the fancy machines will go back and look at that first goal, though, Phil. Tell me how you can defend that rabbit hole attack.
Back heel for Messi. Chips it up. Second effort. Skies it. And a bump from Vidal. Pulled out the sand wedge on that one. And there have been better days, and he's kind of hoping Saturday will be one of them.
Yeah, vendetta on the menu, Christian Vieri.
And again, if they would have been able to hold on against Girona, could have cut the lead down to 3. But instead, they say they're not giving up.
What an incentive for Barcelona as well in the Classico on Saturday. Handball.
Rakitic.
But what an incentive to rub further salt into the wounds of the eternal enemy.
And then Real Madrid, if that does happen, 2 Clásicos in a row. The good thing is it's 3 home games in a row. But Ajax comes to town only a goal down. Barcelona has a little extra time. Of course, they're scoreless against Olympique Lyon. Their second leg coming in mid-March. Whipped up and over, no problem for Ter Stegen. And
that's it.
It looks like the final whistle, 3-0.
Very, very subdued. Santiago Bernabeu still in shock and fans shaking their heads, but Barcelona climbed up this ladder here today and seen off Real Madrid, whose Reguilon was magnificent in the first half, behind Vinicius, who was even more splendid. Leo really wasn't needed. And what does that say about Barcelona's capacity to improve? All in all, a team performance right, left and centre. And going back to that man in green, who was probably as effective in his match performance as the goal scorer, Suarez. The wonderful Stadion was inspirational. And Barcelona come away with blood between the teeth in the Classico against all the odds.
Post-game coverage underway in just a few moments. The final score at the Santiago Bernabeu is 3-0. And Luis Suarez, give him some plaudits. 13 games against Real Madrid. He scored 11 goals. And Marc-Andre ter Stegen keeps the clean sheet. Barcelona to the final for the 6th straight year, looking for their 5th straight cup.